Welcome in, everybody. It is March 8th, 2021. This is the Paul Rodriguez Show. Man, we have the news of news that people have been waiting for since probably 2019. But producer James in the building. It is Monday. Coming to y'all live at Studio 44. Producer James, before we get into the story, how's your weekend, bud?
It was good. It was great.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I got over here on Saturday night,
Okay.
Watched those UFC fights. They're pretty good. Didn't go the way the main event didn't go away that I wanted to, but overall, good night. It was good.
We'll definitely get back into that once we get probably into our second segment. But let's go ahead and get the news that literally broke about an hour ago. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys have officially announced a 4-year deal. 4 years, $160 million, $126 million guaranteed to Mr. Dakota Prescott. Congratulations for them finally getting that deal done. It was kind of unsure with March 9th looming, which will be tomorrow, if that franchise tag would be enacted by the Dallas Cowboys. But fortunately, a long-term deal did get done. 4 years. There's some more money that's going to really need to be moved around. We really won't know the breakdown until the full details get released. There is a press conference scheduled for tomorrow, probably in the morning, and I'm sure there's a T-shirt being produced right now for Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, similar to how when Zeke pretty much sat out and when he came back from Cancun, he'll probably have a new shirt. Dak will probably have a new shirt for him as well. Producer James, you've kind of seen this story developed over time, and we've seen the Dallas Cowboys continue to kind of, I wouldn't say disrespect Dak Prescott, but maybe not give him his due. With this kind of deal being done, you've seen the Packers make a transition with Favre to Rodgers. Then you saw Rodgers get a big deal done. For the Cowboy fans and the Cowboy faithful, what is the expectation level from the guy seeing the outside in? Is this going to be what the Dallas Cowboys need? Or is this just going to be a feel-good story after Dak had that grotesque injury last year, and the Dallas Cowboys are just going to be the same old Dallas Cowboys?
I definitely think that it's good for the team, the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott is a big piece of their offense, and he's a good quarterback. I like watching him play. Please, nobody gave me a hard time.
You like watching them lose is what you're saying.
He's a good guy, So, yeah, I do enjoy watching them lose week after week, but that's besides the point. I think it's good for Dallas. Hopefully he's the same, hopefully this injury isn't one of those nagging things or, I've seen players come back and they're just not the same. So, hopefully, it's good for Dak. I'm glad that it got done. He deserves it.
The Dallas Cowboys have now done a deal that has put Dak Prescott into literally the upper echelon of quarterbacks. And really, they put this deal with his average salary per year. And I know that the full details are going to be put out a little bit later, but the full details right now that we have, this deal puts Dak Prescott number 2 in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes and just ahead of Deshaun Watson at $40 million a year. So Patrick Mahomes, I'm just going to read these to you from bottom to top. And, of course, we just listed the top 3. And we're going to start at the bottom. I think this is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So from 9 to 1, and as far as average salary per year, Matt Ryan, $30 million. Carson Wentz, $32 million. Kirk Cousins, $33 million. Aaron Rodgers, $33.5 million. Jared Goff, $33.5 million. Russell Wilson, $35 million. Deshaun Watson, $39 million. Dak Prescott, $40 million. And number 1, Patrick Mahomes at $45 million average salary per year. Shout out to NFL Update for that roster of salary getters for the NFL. Now, with that list being shown there, Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson are pretty much the guys I think who probably well deserve creeping into that $40 million range or $40 million a year range for quarterbacks in the NFL. Russell Wilson is obviously disgruntled. Deshaun Watson is disgruntled. Jared Goff got traded. Aaron Rodgers is probably going to need a bump in pay after seeing these quarterbacks get these big deals going back to last year with Deshaun Patrick and then this year with Dak Prescott. I think the only reason why I think Dallas could not pay Dak Prescott maybe $45 million per year, $50 million per year is solely to the fact that he hasn't won anything. He has what, one playoff win, 2 playoff appearances in his 5 years there. That's awesome. But that's not what the Dallas Cowboys need. What they need are championships. And divisional championships ain't going to cut it. They need to go compete for NFC championships as well as Super Bowls. I don't know if this gets them there. They're going to have to start juggling all these contracts with Jalen Smith. That deal probably needs to get redone. Zeke's deal needs to get redone because they just can't absorb those heavy contracts in a limited, probably small increase in cap. People are saying right now the cap's going to be between 180 million to 185 million. That means the NFL probably made a little bit of money with the cap increasing slightly. But it's still not going to be enough to hold these huge contracts that these teams have. And right now we're seeing teams, if you don't have a super team in the NFL similar to the NBA, if you don't have names, you're not going to be successful. We saw it with the Kansas City Chiefs and Mahomes and his crew. Last year, this past season, we saw it with Tampa Bay and Tom Brady and his crew. If you're not building a team that has alphas at every position, you're not going to be successful. So I'm looking forward. Dallas, Jerry, and the rumors are is that Jerry kind of took this over because he didn't want this ship potentially careening into the median and getting off track, letting Steven handle the deal. I think Jerry believes in Dak Prescott. He made it evident. The rumors are that he took this over so the deal would get done and they wouldn't have a second-year franchise tag. So I'm looking forward for like I've been saying with the Dallas Cowboys, if the Dallas Cowboys win, give Jerry Jones the credit, celebrate the players. If the Dallas Cowboys lose, blame Jerry Jones and don't put as much pressure on the players because Jerry is the one who is formulating this mixture on whether they win or if they lose. And that's just kind of where I'm going to have to leave it right there because too many times people want to give the players too much blame or too much credit. And at the end of the day, you got to remember who's paying for the groceries and who bought the groceries. And right now, with all the information coming out, it seems to point to one human being, and that's Mr. Jerry Jones.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How much of this do you think was Jerry actually believing that this was that, like putting his faith in Dak and like, yes, he's going to come back and yes, he's going to be the quarterback that this money, should reflect on who he is as a quarterback, as opposed to this is the right thing to do. This is what Cowboys fans want me to do. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm going to break that down just a little bit just because Jerry Jones is a businessman. I don't think he's going to let emotions dictate how he's going to do a deal. I believe that Jerry Jones feels Dak Prescott gives his team the best opportunity to win, but at the same time, Jerry Jones knows if I can go pull on some heartstrings of my fans to have them spend a little bit more money, maybe I'll go ahead and do the deal and hope Dak Prescott can take me to a Super Bowl and maybe win a Super Bowl with the plethora of talent that he has around him. But Jerry Jones, he said it. His hand doesn't cramp when he writes checks. It didn't cramp. He got it done. But at the end of the day, everybody's got to be healthy. Players have to buy into that system with Mike McCarthy and his coaching staff. You got rid of Nolan, the DC, who was atrocious. You brought in Campbell. He was a defense coordinator on a Super Bowl winning team with Seattle. I don't know. If it's going to be me, I would have rather had Russell Wilson than Dak Prescott and have that. Let's do a deal, sign and trade Dak Prescott. I still would love to see that deal get done. Send that contract over to Seattle. Let's bring in Russell Wilson, and I think you have a greater opportunity to win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson as your quarterback than you would if you had Dak Prescott. Now, with that being said, I mean, with Russell Wilson, you take off the Dallas Cowboys potentially. The Saints don't have the money for him to go anywhere. So where's he going to end up? Chicago,
Where's Deshaun Watson going to end up? New York. I mean, there's so many different teams where those two high-profile quarterbacks could land would be Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson. It's going to be exciting, and a lot of rumors have Deshaun or Russell going to Chicago. And so if you're a Chicago Bear fan, shout out Chris Becker, man, you're going to have a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback as your, as your field general, as the guy who's going to lead your team. And the second part is, to your question, I think Jerry Jones just wants to make the fans happy, but he wants the fans to be happy and spend money. And so I think at the end of the day, that's where they're going to have it. 14 minutes after the hour, big weekend, lots of sports. You watch golf?
No.
No golf?
No.
DeChambeau won the tournament yesterday. I can't remember the name of the tournament, but he had to make a big putt to kind of get that in there. I'm a big golf fan. I like watching golf. People think it's boring, but some people can watch darts. You ever seen people like throw darts and watch it like on TV? And have you ever seen that?
I'm actually very good at darts.
You're pretty good at darts?
Yes.
Yeah, I could see that. You look like a dart player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does a dart player look like?
You. That's exactly what I would think about whenever, just has that kind of makeup. Very, very modest person. I think those are the kind of dart players out there. Just like golf players, very modest. Unless you're Tiger Woods, and then you just show everybody up and you try to avoid running into things. And is it a little too early for that? I don't know. Sorry, Tiger. We love you, man. But, I mean, dude, don't be driving so fast on these windy-ass roads, man. I'm just saying. All right, 15 minutes after the hour, Dak Prescott is the Dallas Cowboys quarterback of the short future because it's a 4-year deal. More details to come out. Rumors that this money could be spread over 6 years. I don't know how that works. I'm not a capologist. I don't know how the money works. All I know is what gets reported. Shout out to Adam Schefter for getting that information to us around 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. You think Jerry made him like wait? He's like, Adam, you can't drop this news until everybody's on their ride home from work.
How is he the guy that always gets it first?
Probably a lot of relationship building, I would assume. But at the same time, I bet you there's a sharing of information. He probably was giving Dallas and Jerry and Steven, the Joneses, probably giving them information about other players on where they're going. Because this deal got done before the franchise tag had to be placed tomorrow. So everybody's going to be like, dude, this week, it's going to be free agency, just free agency nuts. It's just going to be all about people moving, coming and going, and franchise tags. And I think that just the pure clown world that Jerry wanted to avoid with Dak Prescott and the franchise tag for the second part, because everybody was saying if he gets tagged the second time, he's done. He's not going to be playing for the Dallas Cowboys. But I think also what had to be sold to Dak Prescott was, dude, do you know what your life looks like after you're done playing here? Like, you could be Tony Romo making $17 million talking about football and sounding like a goober on CBS Sports. Or you could be Troy Aikman sitting with Joe Buck and looking like two good buddies calling a football game. A what?
Loaded.
Yeah, something. And I think that's something also, too, was, I mean, Dak Prescott's getting money, but I think he wanted money where he felt respected to play, probably the most prized position in the NFL, being the Dallas Cowboys quarterback. I don't know. It's neither here nor there, but what I'm grateful for is that we don't have to live through the lunacy of Dallas Cowboys taking one side, Jerry Jones' side, versus Dak Prescott's side. And now it's like, okay, now we're Cowboys. We can move forward, and we're going to win the Super Bowl because Dak Prescott signed.
I need to get on my Dak Prescott stuff, man.
Yeah.
Feeling that you need 130-something million to be respected.
Yeah. I think we all need to get on our Dak Prescott side at 130 million. But yeah, shout out 126 million fully guaranteed. Think about that. Think about when that check hits the bank account. What do?
You better go practice. Rehab that leg.
Well, you better know the playbook. That's all I got to say. All right, James, let's take a break real quick, and then we come back. We'll do a little UFC 259 wrap-up after, I don't know, Polish Power dominated. All right, we're back. Oh, producer James, this is the Paul Rodriguez Show. We are back. Twitterverse is loose right now, folks. Twitterverse is living up to their name, and they are just spewing pure nonsense. Shout out to Andre Jackson at the real Dre _Jack, commenting on Dak Prescott's deal, talking about everybody reacting to it. Quote, went from Cowboys don't believe in Dak to he's overpaid just as I expected. Cracking up face emoji. Dude, Spotrack at Spotrack. Quote, I remember when Ben DiNucci was let me go back and just read this quote for quote. I don't want to mislabel anybody. At Spotrack, I'm old enough to remember when Ben DiNucci might be the answer to all Cowboys problems. These folks on here it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. It just doesn't matter. These folks just don't care. Just to be as bluntly honest, they don't care if you're making your money, getting your bag, or if you're just the garbage on the side of the road as a player. It's like, you're either good enough or you're not good enough. There's like no in between. It's like, yeah, you suck because you make too much money, or like, oh, he deserves to make a lot of money because he's better than you think. And it's like, damn, guys, which side is it? James, I think you found something on the internet too. Do you remember what you found?
Yeah. One of my good friends that
you don't got to name him if you don't want to.
Not gonna name him.
Okay.
He's a DC 4L guy.
Zombies.
Yeah, all I'm saying is Dak Prescott better win. That was his post.
But isn't that inherent? Like, your quarterback signs a big contract.
It's expected.
That's kind of like, it's like, well,
that's why you play the game.
You're a fan, right?
Yeah.
You don't go up there to like, oh, we showed up. Hey guys, let me have my check. It's like, these guys want to. I mean, Dak Prescott played hardball with the Jones family, and he got his check for it. But now it's like, he knows that he's got to go perform so that the money kind of keeps coming in. Because whether people want to admit it or not, I mean, just go look at Kyle Van Noy. You can sign a huge contract, and then the next year they're like, we don't need your services anymore. Hit the bricks. We don't care that you're driving around in your Bentley in Florida with the top down enjoying this, tropical weather.
I'm the kind of guy, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look and see what he was saying whenever Dak got injured on that exact same day.
I bet you I don't know who it is. I don't know, but I bet you he wasn't like dogging Dak. I bet it was more like he probably felt bad for that injury that Dak incurred. Do you remember seeing that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
Like, did you watch it live or did you see it?
I didn't see it live, but I saw the replay.
Was it pixelated when you saw it?
No.
So you got to see like the actual injury.
I looked it up on YouTube because I wanted to see.
You wanted to actually see his leg literally hanging and broken in two places.
I've seen some gruesome injuries, so I wanted to see how bad it actually was.
What's the most gruesome one you've seen? But this has got to be like not movies. Like, you can't give me what's that movie called? I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's like they're a college team, and the dude like breaks his leg. Somebody, y'all let us know in the comments if you remember that movie. What's the most real? And is this college or pro that you saw it?
Are we talking just football?
Okay, I don't know. Yeah, lay it on me.
I was gonna say MMA, UFC, Anderson Silva.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, Chris Weidman.
You're talking about, okay, so these are, what weight class is this?
Yeah, middleweight, 185. Okay. Anderson Silva goes to kick Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman lifts his leg up to check it, and so he hits like right on. I think it's like it's on like that front, like it's on like a rough spot. It might have been the knee, but Anderson hits like right on the middle of his leg, and his leg just like folds around Chris Weidman's leg, and he just drops to the floor like in immediate agony.
So Silva breaks his leg on his opponent's knee area.
Yeah, throwing a leg kick. Yeah,
throwing a kick. Okay.
Yeah.
So the most gruesome injury I have ever seen is there's actually two. One of them is similar area to what you're talking about. It was Dana Stubblefield. It was Monday Night Football, and Ken Norton Jr., the crown of his helmet hit the lower leg, below the knee, above the ankle, hit the shin area, and literally cracked his lower leg in half. That was one. The next one was Marcus Lattimore in college, where he went to go cut, and when he cut, somebody hit his knee, and his knee folded backwards. Yeah, that was pretty grotesque. That was in college too, and whenever I saw that, I was like, whoa! Like, it was just so graphic that you literally thought it was like a video game, because you kind of see how the video games glitch, and no, that was just, I mean, unless we're in the Matrix and that we were supposed to see that, but it really didn't happen. I don't know. Are you ready to wake up?
That Alex Smith one was pretty gruesome as well. Do you agree?
The injury, I never saw it.
Oh, okay.
I've seen his leg afterward, but I didn't see the injury. I didn't see that one.
He had an ESPN, I think it was a 30 for 30, or it was some sort of ESPN thing, and it's a very well documented. Those the 30 for 30.
Yeah.
They're very well produced.
Yeah, I'm sure they put a lot of money into them. But he actually went to go visit I want to say it was Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio.
Yeah.
That's where it was?
Yeah.
He went to go, like, show them his injury.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, whenever he took off the wrap, I was just like, yeah, I don't think I ever need to see that again. It was pretty crazy. Pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Speaking of gnarly, let's get into UFC 259 wrap up. Thoughts?
It was a good night.
I thought it was a shitty night.
You think it underdid than what it was supposed to do?
I dominated the side bets, but I mean,
I gotta go to the bank for that.
yeah, you gotta scrounge up 8 quarters. To me, it was uneventful, and I think that's what. Shout out to your lady who came over. She was looking for a knockout, and I thought we were gonna get a knockout in the Nunes Megan Anderson fight. I really did, but that was because I thought Megan Anderson was gonna perform a lot better. Thoughts?
Oh man, just another victim, dude. And I feel like Amanda took it easy, instead. I mean, she would have. I mean, dude, as soon as she punched her, Megan was like, no. It was like, it's like she froze up and she was like, oh shit, what do I do? She kind of looked like Ronda Rousey. When Ronda Rousey got hit, she was just like, fuck. And she just like stayed there. Like she couldn't do nothing.
She was not anticipating that power. The power that Nunes came. And that's what I was talking about before the fight. I was talking about Nunes' physiology and how she can spread that 145 very evenly from her shoulders to her arms to her middle to her lower body. How she can basically compress all of that power, and then when she needs to release it, I bet you Megan Anderson, she obviously, they showed she trains with men, but my question is, does she spar with men? And I have a really strong feeling Nunes, she spars with men, probably at 145. So like Nunes probably gets tired of getting hit in the ring in a very organized fashion. She's probably tired of dudes like giving her that type of shot, so she's giving it back now. And so she's probably developed that power to like fight men. Well, when she goes in to fight these women, she's hitting these girls in the octagon like a dude. And I think that's what we saw with Megan Anderson. When she got hit, she froze.
Yeah, she really did.
She literally, you could see her eyes get wide-eyed, and she's like, what the hell is going on in here? And then very mercifully, Nunes just wrapped her up and tied her up and made her tap, because Nunes really could have destroyed her face. And with all due respect, she could have destroyed her face.
I think she was like, because she had her in that armbar, and it was like, it wasn't really too tight, but then Nunes was like, oh, you're not going to tap? I'm just going to break this motherfucker. And I think she was going to break it.
Dude, she only had, I don't know what hold she had, but she had her neck like.
Yeah, she had her in a triangle.
Just all types of anaconda lock. I don't know what the hell it's called. And then she put her in an armbar as well. So she had like 2 submissions. Am I wrong? She had 2 submissions on this poor girl. And her length, her height, Megan Anderson's height was a detriment to her in that aspect, because her limbs, her arms were so long that she could, when I say she, I mean Nunes could tie up her neck and then put her in an armbar simultaneously. Yeah. Due to Megan's length.
Yeah. It wasn't even a contest, to be honest.
Nope,
like it was, but I mean, shout out to Amanda Nunes. She was dude, she brought in her newborn. It was just like a.
And I thought that was going to be something that hindered her. You get a family. You get a child. You get a little soft. Man, this just like motivated her even more.
Yeah, she said she's even more dangerous now because like a lioness that has a baby, you want to protect your cubs. She said she's even more dangerous now.
So my question is like, where did they go from now? Where do they go from here? Who do you know? Like, is there like in another promotion? Is there somebody? Does she need to go up in class? Do they need to make a new weight class?
I mean, dude. Like Juliana Pena, who's this woman, she's just gonna get starched as well. I know she was texting Dana White and she was calling for the fight afterwards, but I just don't see nothing there.
Man, you know what that tells me? If I don't know who this girl's name is, she's gonna get starched.
Yeah.
But the Polish woman, what's her name?
Joanna, Young J chick.
However you say her name. They're talking about maybe going down in weights.
Oh, you're talking about Valentina Shevchenko.
There you go, Shevchenko. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, we dabbled a little bit about this on Saturday night. Did. What is your thought process if Nunes how far would Nunes need to go, or would it be a catch weight? Champion versus champion catch weight, and just for grins because there's nobody left in these divisions for these women to fight.
Yeah. So Shevchenko, let me see here. She is bantamweight, so that's what 135, I think, right?
Okay, well, what weight class does Nunes have belts in? 145 and one what?
I think she does. So I think Shevchenko has the 125.
Yeah.
And I think no, that's 115. I think. Oh, so I think it's 115, and then Nunes has the 125, 135, if I'm not mistaken.
So then why don't they just fight at 135?
Yeah. Let me
see. How tall is she's?
So if you see right here, division, bantamweight, flyweight, lightweight. So all these girls around here,
she's 5'5".
Yeah.
She can put on 10 pounds.
125 pounds.
She can put on 10 pounds or whatever the minimum is. What's the minimum for that weight? The 135 class, she got to be 130?
135, I believe.
But I thought that's the high.
The highest the highest. I don't know. I don't know if there's a minimum. Is there?
I don't know. That's what I'm at. You're the MMA guy. That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah. So we have a Nunes over here, weight 135 pounds.
So we would have 5'8", 135 versus 5'5", 135.
Even then, I just think that Amanda Nunes is just too.
There's too much power.
Yeah.
There's too much strength.
Way too much. Yeah.
But still, it would be. I think it would be interesting. We saw the Polish power with Blachowicz. And, dude, we'll get to that in a second. Shout out Jackson State and Deion Sanders. I don't know. Y'all can see my new mini helmets got those. We'll get into some FCS football later on. But, dude, I think if Shevchenko could get up there, and I think she could. I think she really could. And this is champion versus champion. Like, hey, man, let's get this. There's nobody left for these two girls to fight, these ladies to fight. Respect. I don't know. I like it. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd pay for that.
You pay for it?
Yeah.
Right. You pay for it.
Two big names, yeah.
All right, y'all. 36 minutes after the hour. That was our – well, let's get into Blachowicz Adesanya. It was so uneventful for me. Kind of hopped right all over it.
You don't want to talk about
Chael, shout out Chael Sonnen. Was talking all this garbage, mad shit about Adesanya is too fast. He's too quick. That's the same thing you said. And then I was saying, like, look, man, we want to underestimate the Polish power over here, you know? I talked about my Polish brethren. Shout out Kadzilla up north. I was like, look, man, this dude found a man hanging from a tree in Poland, took the rope, made a bracelet out of it, put some wolf clasps on this. Shout out to Game of Thrones. And went out there and just, I mean, granted, the first 2 rounds probably he lost. And then the middle round, I think he barely won as far as Blachowicz. And then he laid on Adesanya for 2 rounds, and I think that's why it was uneventful. But if he didn't lay on him for 2 rounds, he would have lost a decision.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta use that strength and that weight. You know, he did. He was so much bigger than him, and that's what puts in doubt for me. You know, the ever going talk of fighting John Jones. Like
you need look Israel. Look, man, you need to keep John Jones' name out your mouth, bro. That man is not who you need to be talking to right now. You need to better go talk to to Usman or Masvidal, or you need to go talk to those dudes at 170. You do not want anybody above 185.
Yeah, I agree.
We saw that, right?
Yeah.
You better go talk to Nick Diaz, McGregor, because these dudes at over 185, 205 cats, they're probably walking around at like 225, 230. And then you go to heavyweights, some of those dudes are walking around at 300 pounds, and they're coming down to make 265.
And he came in at what, 200?
200 and a half pounds. Holding a box of pizza, talking about, like, what are you trying to show off? That you could eat pizza?
Yeah.
You ate pizza and got laid on for 2 rounds.
Well, we kind of talked about it, like the proper way. What he should have done was get a nutritionist, put on the weight, take the time to put on the weight. Yeah, 12 months. Lift some weights, get the size on you. You can't go against these guys, especially like, Jan. He's so tough, dude. He
was a much bulkier and in very good shape, but he was just much more bulkier than Adesanya. You could just tell if you looked at the physiology, the muscular structure, Blachowicz, you could just tell, has had weight on his body a lot longer than Adesanya. And if you're going to go to if you want to go fight John Jones at heavyweight, fine. But first, get to a good, healthy 200 pounds that's just not water weight. Get you some size on you, get bulked up. Holla at your boy. I don't got no problem gaining no weight. I can help you out. Just saying. I don't know, man.
Dietitian?
Oh, that's not me. I'm like the anti-dietitian. I'm going to let you know what to eat to have fun. All right, y'all. We're going to take a break real quick, 40 minutes after the first hour. We'll be back. Let's do some Madden. All right, guys, we're back.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm here at my boy John's house. John's house right there. Anyways, he's the only person I know who plays Madden more than anybody else I know 24/7. So I bet you I'm going to knock on his door. We're going to go inside and see what he's doing. Let's see what he's doing. What you doing? Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
What you think I'm doing? Shut that door, man. There's a glare on the TV, baby. Miss that tackle. What's your problem?
My bad, dog. What's up?
Just chilling, man. You trying to see where the real champions lay at or what? So we lay that shit down. Alright, all day, online. Outside the house, we'll play outside. That's how crazy we are. We'll put the TV, put the extension cord outside. We'll play outside, even on the rainy days. That's how crazy we are. Shoot, I play probably about 5, close to 10 games a day. Anybody that's down to play, I play instantly. I don't care who it is. I don't care if they're the best in the world. I don't care if they're an online gamer. I'll play them. All day, every day. You want to play at 5 o'clock in the morning? I'll play at 5 o'clock in the morning. I've done about 8 times already. Won maybe about 90% of them. Champions always lose sometimes, but we win more. He didn't score. He didn't score though. That's the thing. I stopped him from scoring. I didn't say I was gonna stop him at the line of scrimmage. I stopped him from scoring.
Yeah.
Shoot. Did I win? Did I pick the right plays? I know how to strip that ball. I know how to pick that ball. I love defense. I'm not that good at defense. I score a lot more. But I just see, like the previous play, he got on the one, and I stopped him like I said I was. He didn't score. Now this is the time to shine right here. He came up the gut. Our guy was just waiting. It's like, no, that's my ball. See that? You see that? You zoom in. That's what happens when you're trying to score in my end zone. Even though it says Chargers, it should say Falcons. That's what happens. That ball comes out. Like I said, my ball. You see my foot fell on. I'm on the one. I'll break loose out of that. It ain't no problem. It ain't no problem, goddamn. Told him I was going to stop him. That's what I did. That I beat him, and I can sit there and laugh in front of their face because I just won. and they're still gonna be my friend afterwards because they know that they want to eat. They're gonna have to lose. No, scratch that, dude. Edit that. Let's redo it.
I only got like 1 minute, fool.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna make shit up. One play, touchdown.
What?
Maybe.
I know you run that 9 route. I know you running that 9 route. I don't even know why you try. I don't even know why you try.
Double coverage, everything. Like I said, one play, touchdown. Like I said, he saw that I was running the 9 route. I did it anyway. He had double coverage, and I scored like I said.
I got something for that.
I'm a man play. Shoot, not really, because I like cracking skulls. But the thing is funny, whenever I like that hit stick up on the game, it feels like I'm doing it. So it's all pretty much similar. So I like playing it, and I like playing it.
Oh, son. Quentin who? Quentin Jammer. That's a TD, baby.
His knees hit before he went in the end zone. That's all I got.
You can't challenge the play anyway.
What you
So
saying?
you can't. It's too late.
Shit.
What
the hell?
You can't challenge it.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't. You can't challenge it.
You can challenge that his knees hit before he went
You can't
inside.
challenge it. It's
Trying
too
to
late.
screw me. Those are the glitches that are in Madden that everybody's seen on the internet, on YouTube and shit. I'm telling you right now, his knees hit and they still give him goddamn.
Watch this, the replay. Let's see where the ball is at. Look at that pick.
Look at this. Look at this. Look.
Oh yeah. Where's his knee? Where's the ball? Where's his knee? Where's the ball?
That's all good.
His knee was crossing the play, and that's where his knee was at.
I win, don't I? What you talking about? Am I the best? You shouldn't even ask me a question like that. I win, so I'm the best. Shoot, any day, all day, every day. I'm always ready. I carry my remote everywhere I go. If I'm at work and somebody want to challenge me, I'll clock out and go play them. It don't matter. I'll clock out and go play. I might lose about 30 minutes of time and a half. It's all gravy though. I'm gonna get that win, and I'm still gonna get paid. I'll make it up tomorrow.
All right, John. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. See that stuff? That's what I do all day, baby. All day. I serve sausage. But that's what I really do all day. It's my life.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Paul Rodriguez Show. You know, the news just kind of keeps trickling in. Dak Prescott. It is what it is. Shout out to Sport Track, at Sport Track on Twitter. They just released a list of guys and how much money they'll be making between 2020 and 2023. And at the top of the list is Mr. Dak Prescott with $157 million. He will be making that much money. The next person underneath him is Russell Wilson at $123 million, Ryan Tannehill at $118 million, and Deshaun Watson at $112 million. Notice one guy I didn't say out of those four. And who would that be? Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Between now and 2023, Dak is going to make $157 million. Patrick Mahomes is going to make $103.5 million. Now, granted, I'm not feeling sorry for these guys at all, but I'm just telling you the disparity between those two guys, and the GOAT Tom Brady isn't even on this list.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, second to last on this list at $95.7 million. I think it's time for Aaron to get a new deal done, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, especially after
back-to-back NFC champion games, berths, and no weapons, and an MVP year.
Especially after that last sequence, you know, the last time we saw him on the field when they like bypassed him to go and kick that fucking field goal. Yeah, that said a lot. You know what I mean? Like, at least let your quarterback know what the game plan is going with these next 4 downs. Like, hey, if we don't make it, we're gonna fucking kick the field goal on 4th down, because I was under the impression. Look, you're taking me way back all over again.
It's all right.
I was under the impression they were under 4 down territory.
If you got hate in your heart, let it out.
I got all of my hate. But, dude, I think it's overkill, man, with Dak Prescott. Like, come on, man. Like, what have you won? You know what I mean? Like,
he's won America's hearts, James.
Does that equate to football games?
It equates to dollars and cents in the eyes of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. But, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, on the football field, Dak hasn't done a whole lot. Now, granted, he had last year, couldn't do much. But people are saying, oh, well, the first 4 games, Dak Prescott was in the beginning of an MVP year. Well, Aaron Rodgers actually did win the MVP. So the reason probably why Dak Prescott's number at $157 million is so high is because last year he did make nearly $32 million in 1 year due to the franchise tag. And he's averaging $40 million over the next 3 years. And so that $40 million combined with this account, with this $32 million franchise tag, just let you know, right at $157 million. I'm young enough to remember when Troy Aikman signed a $50 million contract, and the newspapers, folks, not the digital media, not social media, not the news channels, the newspapers broke their brains. It popped people's brains for a quarterback to make $50 million in a contract, much less a year.
Do you ever wonder what Twitter would be saying, like, about some of these guys, like, going back, like Troy Aikman, how Twitter would react?
Yeah, I think it would be, just think about, okay, you say Troy Aikman, and that's not what pops into my brain. What pops into my brain was when Michael Irvin and Russell Maryland were getting in trouble for their off-the-field activities with narcotics and different things like this. And it's like, what the hell would have Twitter been doing back then?
Meme City.
It would have just been a different kind of level. And these guys, no disrespect, all tons of respect to Russell and to Michael, but if the world was the way it is now, back then, I don't know if we would have had these stars. I don't know if we would have been doing things a certain way. Look what happens when you have a quarterback who says, I saw a UFO over Lake Travis, and gets completely obliterated in the national media. I'm Colin Cowherd, and I don't want my quarterback talking about UFOs. Like, Colin, really, dude? It's like the guy is in his mid-20s, late 20s. The dude's just having a good time. Who knows what he saw? It was probably Elon Musk sending another Jupiter missile, or not Jupiter missile, but one of his rockets to Jupiter on some, NASA mission or CIA mission. I don't know, some mission.
I'm assuming they came after him.
Dude, he got viciously brutalized
or Baker
by the national media. Speaking of Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns, rumor swirling, OBJ, Tampa Bay.
Uh-oh.
Man, what would you think about that? Antonio Brown out, OBJ inserted in.
Just don't be taking pictures on a yacht.
Hey, man, they're on a boat, bro. He's like, look, OBJ, Tom's probably just setting this up. I remember a few years ago when you were on your bye week and you wanted to party on a boat. He's like, I can put you on a boat, and I can toss you a Lombardi as we're drifting down the channel getting a police escort, and I'm getting, 3 sheets tossing these trophy Lombardis while the granddaughter of the silversmith cries her eyes out because she feels disrespected. Well, it doesn't matter if you feel disrespected or not. All that matters is that whoever wins the Super Bowl Vince Lombardi trophy, they can do what they want. Because all that matters is if you win and if you lose. And if you're a winner, it's like his story, man. You get to write it. Did you get that?
We never got to touch on that.
On what?
Tom Brady throwing the Lombardi trophy.
I thought we did. We didn't talk about that?
I don't know.
What were your thoughts? Maybe you weren't here. That's what it was.
Yeah.
See, James, you weren't here. You weren't fulfilling your duties as producer James. What were your thoughts on it?
Because of that whole ice storm thing.
It was like right before that, yeah.
Yeah. Because it was all, icy over here and gloomy, and over there in Florida, they're just living it up, throwing Lombardi trophies.
Hey, man, get lit, throw Vince's. That's all I got to say.
I was kind of shocked to see it, to be honest with you, because we've never seen that done before. But, I mean, what the hell? You're Tom Brady, dude.
Who's ever even had a boat parade on a channel in Florida?
Okay.
Might as well do it for the first time. I mean, it's not like they're on double-decker buses throwing bush lights from the crowd into the buses.
Before you said in Florida, I had Donald Trump on the edge of my tongue.
Well, I mean, that's where he's living now.
Yeah.
Shout out Trump. All right, playing golf and doing God knows what. I don't know, man. I want to know if that could potentially get done. I would like to see OBJ, especially if Godwin leaves.
Yeah, why not?
If Godwin leaves and you can keep AB and you can just fulfill OBJ, are we gonna?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that's a drop off?
No, not at all.
With Godwin and OBJ, I agree. The other thing too kind of goes back into what we talked about on this show with Baker Mayfield. Remember how I had mentioned Baker Mayfield, I feel, is a better quarterback without OBJ due to the fact that he doesn't have that, I guess, obligation over his head to get OBJ the ball.
Give me the ball.
Give him the ball,
Yeah.
or whatever. But I think they did so well without OBJ with his injury that, maybe you let him go. Maybe you make a trade. Maybe you can get maybe a couple of mid-round picks for OBJ, let him go to Tampa and do whatever he needs to do. But if there's anybody who can handle that type of character, Tom Brady's the guy who can do it. Yeah. Easily manage it. It's like OBJ. He's like, look, I'm old enough to be your father, okay? I don't want to kiss you on the lips. But what I really want you to do is I want you to run this route and shut your mouth. Because at the end of the day, we're going to win a Super Bowl. Vince Lombardi, I'm going to put you on a boat. We're going to throw him offside. All right? Can you dig it? The other thing, too, is don't let Scotty Too Fast, whatever his name is, don't let him touch your phone. Because last year, Chris Godwin had to get a new phone and had to shout out Verizon to get one. I'm just saying. 55 minutes after the hour, James is up here. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
We're on dark side for a minute.
Hey, man, we gotta let the people have a good time, man. We gotta make sure they enjoy themselves. Shout out to Emilio the Sarge Juarez. He's out there, dude. He's doing a baseball game right now.
Yeah.
He was a guest last week. We have another guest coming on from the area, and I will let y'all know who that is, but that will probably be next week. I think producer James may be taking a little vacation.
Potentially. Hopefully.
Yeah, you need to, man. You need to make sure you get some R&R, as they say. 56 minutes after the hour. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, I don't know. Maybe I'll let James see what he wants to talk about.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Paul Rodriguez Show and the hits. Well, hell, they just keep hitting more Dallas Cowboy quarterback news. This time it involves the past 3 franchise quarterbacks, I would say. Troy Aikman, Tony Romo, and as well as Dak Prescott.
You're hitting them in the heart now.
Bro, we're bringing it back. So for those Super Bowl people, for those Super Bowl winning Cowboys in the early 90s, Troy Aikman, it is reported by Gil Brandt. Shout out to @Gil_Brandt. Troy Aikman in 12 seasons made $55 million. Now, just to put this into perspective, Troy Aikman retired in 2001. If we take his $55 million and we stop at 2001 and we allow for inflation, Troy Aikman in 2021 money would have made $81 million, little over $81 million, like $81.2 million.
That's adjusted to
2001.
Okay.
So if we took $55 million from 2001 to 2021, 20 years, it's worth today's money $81.2 million. Tony Romo in his 14 years made $125 million on the football field. That's more than Troy Aikman in 3 Super Bowls. Today, Dak Prescott just made $126 million guaranteed.
no Super Bowls.
No Super Bowls for Troy.
How many playoff wins?
No Super Bowls for Tony, and no Super Bowls for Dak. And what was your question?
How many playoff wins for Dak?
1. I think Tony had like 1 or 2 as well. Jerry Jones has been making money. Jerry Jones took big advantage of Troy Aikman. That's all I have to say.
Troy, how do you sleep at night, Troy?
I'm sure he's doing just fine with his Fox gig, working 17 weeks, maybe a couple extra weeks on the weekend with the playoffs.
Hey, I've noticed every time we talk about these high paid athletes all the time and stuff like that, and I'm always like, poor guy, and you're always like,
hell no. What are you talking about?
Like all the time.
It may be poor guy if we're like peers when it comes to salary, but I mean for these Hall of Fame,
that's a rich poor guy.
It's like, listen, man, he's doing just fine. I'm sure him in his secluded neighborhood, fenced in, gateway community, I'm sure they're totally struggling right now in the midst of COVID and a pandemic and whatever nonsense is going on. But yeah, that's just a comparison real quick for the last 3 franchise quarterbacks. We're not taking into consideration the guys in between, but as far as Dak Prescott's looking, he's doing all right. I mean, he stuck to his guns and he got more than a bag. I think he got a couple of bags.
I'm one of the ones kind of, looking like a flip-flopper almost, I was calling for him to be paid, pay the guy. But now, I mean, it seems a little excessive, man. Like, I really didn't see this coming. You know what I mean? Like,
well, maybe
like,
because now you have something to compare it to. That's why you're like, oh, so maybe I'm going to walk this back a little bit.
Yeah, true. I guess I'm like, pay the guy, but not that much.
But that's what it is that Dak wasn't going to sign.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to pay him a lot less.
He said he wanted Patrick Mahomes' money.
He said he wanted to be right behind Mahomes.
Yep.
And they sure enough did it.
That's where they stuck him.
And I'm pretty sure Steven and Jerry Jones was like, look, we're going to give you this quick tidbit. From 2020 to 2023, you're going to be making $30+ million more than the closest guy. And you're going to be making $54 million more than Patrick Mahomes from 2020 to 2023. You're going to make 54+ more million than Patrick Mahomes the next 3 years. This is a great contract for you.
Yeah.
This is a great contract.
Yeah.
The other half of the coin, which will probably come out tomorrow, is there are some rumors are saying that this deal, this Dak Prescott deal, could be spread over 6 years. It's going to count for 4, but it could be like spread over 6. But he's going to be making like a lot of money very quickly.
I'm with Brett on this one. Just fucking throw the ball, man.
What do you mean? You doming your boy out over here. Hey, whoever that was, I'm very sorry, but producer James' opinions and comments do not reflect.
Brett Favre.
Oh, you are full of shit. That is not who it was.
Yeah, I said Brett.
No, I know what you said. But that doesn't mean your buddy's name wasn't Brett either. I'm just saying. Remember, you got to think outside the box over here, Producer James. Remember, it's a different kind of guy on the other side from you. Just want you to know that. All right. That guy didn't deserve that, man. He didn't. I hope he doesn't know who that. I hope he wasn't listening, but I got a feeling he might have been. Since we're talking straight up Dak Prescott and the Cowboys the whole show. Let's get to some recruiting news real quick. Happy birthday. This isn't recruiting, but this falls in line with it. Happy birthday to Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian. I don't know how old you're turning, but you're doing quite well in the recruiting arena, so I wanted to give him a big shout out for that. A lot of people don't believe it, but that is just their turn or their time to not believe. As soon as this loads. Shout out to Temple's receiver, Mikhail Harrison Pilot, picking up an offer from Pittsburgh, as well as Braylon James. We are hoping to get Braylon James on the show. He picked up a offer as well. Shout out to producer James. Steve Sarkisian, 47. Did you think he looks 47? I know you didn't probably get a good look at him.
Let me go back real quick. Yeah, 47.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought he looked a little younger. Preston Alfred. I showed James this, producer James, this video. Maybe I'll see if maybe we can take a new step and maybe put up videos from Twitter so that y'all can see what I'm seeing. Maybe in the future. I don't know. You think that'd be an easy?
I was gonna ask you about that tonight.
Okay.
You know when I messaged you earlier?
When you told me on Saturday night that you had some new ideas?
No. Earlier I was like, hey, do you want me to get anything ready for the show?
Oh yeah.
I had some ideas in mind, but you know.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
So you're telling. So tell the people your ideas.
Yeah. Well, tweets, videos, whatever.
Tweedledee.
Yeah. We can get them. We can
videos.
get them.
So we can put videos on the broadcast. What you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh man, James. Oh man, soon you're gonna be out of my price range, bro. I'm just saying.
You just got to Dak Prescott me.
Bro, I'm gonna have to bring in about 4 or 5 backpacks and be like, James, there's not real money in here, but there soon will be. Getting back to it, Braylon James picking up that offer from Pittsburgh. He also got an offer this past couple days from Maryland. Actually, the Maryland offer was today. The Pittsburgh offer was a few days ago. And then Will Agnew, the halfback, tight end, athlete out of Hayes, picking up a offer, which I think he is committing to. That is McKendree University. So shout out to Will Agnew for that commitment. Lots still going on. I don't know, man. I'm curious to know. We need some ideas. I think we need some ideas for the logo. If y'all watch the show and you want to contribute, put your comments down there. I sent a message to Edward Fernandez, the guy who lets us use his Madden video to create a new logo. But if we have any, graphic artists out there who want to contribute, definitely give you some shout outs and give you some shine on the show for any kind of production that you produce. So what email should they send that to?
For the show?
Yeah. What's the Gmail account? I think you have that right there.
Right here. This one, right?
Producer James.
Paul Abel Rodriguez Jr. at Gmail.
There it is. That's the. If you have something to send to that email, and we can then locate it and get y'all the shout outs y'all deserve. I'll probably need to go in and make like a custom email just to make it a little bit more, streamlined.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's 8:12 already.
Wow.
What were we doing this whole time?
We need some comments. We need some comments on YouTube. Drop some comments. Drop a hi. Hey, how are you guys doing? Something.
We need some more subscribers too. If y'all dig the show, if you want us to grow, which I want it to grow, I hope y'all want us to grow.
If you want more interviews like the Sarge,
dude, that was a pretty good interview, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to having more guests on the show. I did a poor job in kind of lining up this week, but next week, hopefully they pop off. Producer James, what do you got going on Wednesday?
This Wednesday, we're gonna be live at Javier's Barber Parlor. It is gonna be. It is. Yeah, I have a hard time saying that every time, but I'd rather say Javier's Barbershop, but
Yeah.
that's what is called.
Okay.
But anyways, we're going to be there. We're going to have a gentleman by the name of Josh Russell who owns a small business here in town, on the go delivery. He's going to be eating some hot stuff. We're going to have giveaways.
What are you giving away?
Okay, you heard it here first. We're going to be giving away a bottle of Jack Daniels. We're going to be giving away a free haircut from Javier himself, which sees haircut, top of the line, best in Lockhart.
That's what you're rocking right now?
Yes. We're going to be giving away a cheesecake from Delfino, Enzo's Cheesecake.
Yep.
If you are local and you know his cheesecakes, you know they're not to be missed. And we're also going to be giving away $100 in cash.
Cash money,
Cash
baby.
money. So come on. I'm going to put a little post tomorrow about everything and how you can enter. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Look out for that.
How was WandaVision?
Oh, dude, it's over.
Yeah, that's my point. I want to know what you said.
It was so good, dude. It was one of the best series I've seen in a long time. You have to be a Marvel fan, but it was so good. Of course, what makes it good is also that my chick enjoyed it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good. It was good. It's not like a show that goes on for seasons. It was like it was a 9 episode thing, and it's gonna lead into other things. But it was good. I really, really enjoyed it.
So it was like a mini series.
Yes.
Right. So the next one that's coming up is Falcon and
Winter
Winter Soldier.
Soldier.
That's
Yes.
the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying really hard to get me to subscribe.
Through
Yeah,
through
because
ESPN Plus.
yeah, because it's like, hey, you're already a ESPN Plus member. Like for $5 more, or whatever it is, you can add Hulu and this. And I'm like, your content's just not that great yet. It's good if you have children.
Yeah,
but
and if
I
you're
don't have
when
one.
all of that, which like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm 37, bro.
Yeah.
Like, when I was 17, when I was 17, I remember going out of my way to drive to Barton Creek Mall and go to Hot Topic because they would have this is when Marvel was dead. This is like 2001, 2002. Marvel's dead.
Yeah.
Disney hadn't bought it yet. And they had this wicked shirt. It was the Wolverine and Sabretooth in this fight scene. And this is when I wasn't fat. I was pretty fit. I was still in high school playing ball. And dude, I bought that shirt and I'm like, all right, it's time to get out of here with all these goth kids. Because I just wanted this shirt and I don't want people to think I'm crazy. So I left. Not that goth kids are crazy. I'm just saying, if you saw me and they're like, that dude's crazy.
So these shirts you see me wear, like I wear a Spider-Man and Marvel.
Yeah,
and
what are you
stuff.
wearing right there? Alice in Wonderland? What was that?
This is
Calypso
actually
Cat?
a Venomized Thanos. You know Thanos, right? And you know Venom. Come on, man.
How are you gonna cross Marvel? Venom's Marvel? I thought Venom was DC.
No. He's Marvel.
No, it's Sony. That's what it is. He's Sony.
But they the rights have been anyways. So I collect Funko Pops. You know what Funko Pops are?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a buttload of them, dude, and I have a good share.
How old are you?
Come on, man.
All right, that's beside the point.
I'm gonna bring Mingo Delgadillo on here to talk about collections.
He's even older than you are.
Yeah, he is. But no, it's just collector's items and stuff like that. Anyways, so
I can respect that.
Yeah. We'll end it
So
there.
how many do you have?
I have well over 200.
Are you serious?
Well over, and I probably have about $3,500 worth in collectibles in just Funko Pops.
Just the Funko Pops, you have $3,500.
Yeah.
So, man, you're
Sorry.
don't confuse the fans over here, man. You're back and forth. So, what's your most prized figurine?
It's funny that you asked that. Well, it's not so funny. So there was this, to me, this is prized to me. Okay. There was this, one Funko Pop. It was, it's Majin Vegeta. If you follow Dragon Ball Z.
Tell them what a Funko Pop is.
So a Funko Pop it's a character. It can be from real life. It can be from a comic. It can be from a cartoon. And it has these beady eyes, and it has almost like a rectangle shaped head. It's just like a miniature little figure, but it has a certain it has beady eyes and it has the same head, but it has characteristics of the character. So this one that I had, it was Majin Vegeta. So in the anime Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta is taken over by Majin Buu. So he has an M on his forehead. So they released this Funko Pop, and the guy that voices Majin Vegeta, he had him on hand. And if you didn't get them originally from like his custom website, like they were very hard to get. And you can only get them through him personally at conventions wherever he goes. So John Kalunga, one of our good friends from the Madden interview, shout out Kalunga, he was at a convention and he was like, bro, I see this pop here that you were looking for. So that guy was at a convention that John went to, and dude, it was like $100 and something bucks. And he was like, I'll buy it for you now if you can pay me back. And it was autographed too, which is, I mean, it personally, I would have preferred the non-autograph one, but it's like, because I'm not a big fan of the guy that does the voice of Vegeta, but right. it is cool. And like, it's something really cool that John did for me, and goes to show of the person that John is, in bringing that to me in a fully, enclosure to where he doesn't get damaged. And, so shout out to John for doing that for me.
So it's mint is what you're saying.
Yes, it is.
So
yes.
What is this thing, what is this thing worth?
Man, it's worth.
Is it worth 2 Funko Pops? It's Funko.
Funko, Funko. It's worth about as of right now, probably about $80.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be worth more, but I think they announced like a re-release of him, not exclusive to this website. So of course that's gonna dilute the amount that they have, and of course the value of the Funko Pop.
So is this something you like hold and like wait 50 years and it'll be worth like thousands?
It can be.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hold it. Well, actually, my friend got me into them about 3 years ago, and I started buying every single Funko Pop I saw. Over the time, I ran out of room. I have a girlfriend and all of that. So,
what did she say about that?
She doesn't really like it.
I can imagine.
Yeah. We got kids and all that.
Yeah, the only one, I mean, I thought they were your kids' Funko Pops, to be honest with you, because the only people I know who collect Funko Pops are, my 10-year-old best friend's daughter, 11-year-old now, 11 this month.
And now you're producer.
Lets me know a lot more than I needed to, Producer James. Funko Pop.
Come on, man.
All right, man. Okay. I guess, all right, Funko Pops.
You're the one that was waiting on Walmart's website last week to buy a PS5.
To give away to our fans, yes. To give away to our fans, not to hold. I think it is pretty, even if I had a PS5, that wouldn't be abnormal. Not that have Funko Pops is abnormal. To me, I don't.
Hey, man, who wants to be normal nowadays?
Me. I want to be normal. So we're talking about football and have these great little, I don't know. I guess I got mini helmets. Dude, shout out to...
Dude, there's some, like, football ones that are worth, like, a buttload of money, dude. I think I might have some that, we can decorate the studio
All
with.
I know is shout out to the Kingsville Javelinas. This was ordered online through eBay, #no ad. You can't find these. This was at a thrift store in Merrick, Florida. They sent the receipt, and so that's why I found it.
Legit, mini replica, right?
Right. This is a mini replica of Division II, and I don't even know. To me, the way it feels, because it feels a lot differently than this one. This one has more heft, but this is brand new. This one was probably a promotional item, but Texas A&M Kingsville is in South Texas. How the hell did it get to Florida?
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel this was probably a promotional item at one of the games. I spent some time at Kingsville. That's why I bought it. Jackson State, just because I'm a fan of Jackson State.
You give the listeners a little insight onto that helmet.
This one we're gonna wait. I'm gonna make y'all hang around. But this is a helmet I used that I played with for that team. I'm gonna leave it right there.
All right.
Yeah, so your boy played beyond high school, so I got a little credibility in the game. Just a little bit.
More than me.
Not a lot. All right, y'all. 23 minutes after the second hour. I didn't think we'd go this long, but who cares? I had a good time. Shout out to all the people who tuned in to watch on YouTube. I don't know. Should we start going? Hey, we got Paul Rodriguez show that's 37 followers on Facebook.
Nice.
Shout out to everybody on Facebook.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all can dog me all you want for low numbers and this and that, but hey, we're just 3 weeks into the game.
You gotta crawl before you walk.
We just 3 weeks, baby. We got time to grow. And grow we will. And grow we shall. Hey, everybody, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. There's going to be a lot going on in NFL free agency. Yep. Franchise tag's going to be placed, except for on Dakota Rain Prescott. He got his bag and then some. Mm-hmm. All right, folks, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then. Until then, I bid you adieu.